We are planning for in-person instruction to be the primary mode of instruction. 5 days a week is our plan, K through 12. And we've already put that out there as the primary mode of instruction. However, we need to offer a virtual option, which we are going to offer for next year through application. As you heard me say earlier, some students did very well with virtual, some not so much. So virtual learning is probably not a viable option for those students. We definitely want to encourage in-person, in particular for the early learners who are learning to read in the primary grades and so forth. That's very difficult to learn virtually. Also, some of our special needs students who need special services, some of those can't happen as effectively through virtual means. We can make it happen, and we have, but for some students and families, they need that in person. But we are going to offer the virtual option through application. Real excited about what we're offering at the high school level. We're offering our Chesapeake Virtual Academy, CVA, which is going to be our 100% virtual academy, as well as students can apply to go 100% online, or they can go part-time online, which is really exciting. Wow. Where they can take a couple in-person classes and maybe a couple virtual or one virtual, and students can go to a location in the school building to participate, or even better, which you would have appreciated as a student, come in later to do in person.
After the hunting, fishing.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
or leave early, especially if you need to go to a job and you can take a class online. So we've already recruited teachers to provide either the full-time or the part-time virtual. But what's exciting about that is our long-term plan over the next 3 years is we're going to offer the CVA, or Chesapeake Virtual Academy, for middle and then elementary schools. So we're going to implement one level each year. High school starts this coming year. But what we're going to do for elementary and middle school students...
Well, let me interrupt
sure.
you just to say, if we go back to that. From the high school perspective, I have to tell you, what you're telling me is mind-blowing. Because you remember the time we spent so much time making sure kids stayed on campus, didn't leave for lunch, and now you're pretty much saying they can come and go as their schedule fits. This is just a real paradigm change, and I think it's very exciting.
Yeah, we really need to focus on the student. We need to be learner-centered. And what's challenged me from the time I arrived back in Chesapeake is we have students with particular circumstances that really require them to have a more flexible schedule or to have part of the day online. And we do not want to hold a student back from great opportunities. We've had some athletes, for example, who are involved in some intensive training. We even have some who are potential Olympic hopefuls that are, as an example, that we've had to really work with them on the schedule. And we don't want to tell them, I'm sorry, your plan doesn't fit into our school schedule that we offer.
So I want to come back to the elementary on this very topic, but while we're on that, if I could go to you, Mr. Johnson, as a high school principal. Mm-hmm. Now, were you in those days like I was, where you put guards out to make sure they didn't leave for the lunch? So what does this mean to you?
It's a shift in mindset. It really is. And I think as educators, we really need to look at what we're doing and what we're providing kids. Yeah. And at the end of the day, our job as educators is to support kids where they are. Provide them those flexibilities and the resources they need to be successful.
Are there any logistic concerns that you have about all this?
I don't.
Oh, well.
I'm enjoying it. I think we're going in the right direction. We're serving kids where they are, what they need, and it's going to be great for everybody.
Yeah, I guess that's really the awesome thing is when you're doing what you know that makes a difference and is the right thing to do, whatever efforts involved doesn't seem like an effort because the reward's there. Awesome. I am so impressed with this.
Catch that entire episode at youtube.com/Chesapeake Television.